My guest tonight starred on the popular TV series Scrubs and wrote, directed, and starred in the acclaimed film Garden State. He also has a podcast, Fake Doctors, Real Friends, with former Scrubs co-star Donald Faison. Please welcome our friend, Zach Braff. Zach, really good to see you.
Hi, everybody. Are you going to add thunderous applause in right now?
Well, actually, no. We're going to add sort of a wind blowing across the prairie and the sound of a single tumbleweed.
If I could put in a request for what sounds like just a standing ovation of just elation.
Okay, it'll be that or crickets. We have a cricket sound we've really wanted to try recently. So let me figure out. We're going to figure it out, but I'll do something to make you feel real happy. I promise.
It's so nice to see you because it's a breath of like normalcy. Because when you're doing these Zoom things in your life, it's usually the same bunch of people. You don't really see anybody new.
Yep,
and
I know.
The fact that I get to look at you right now, I feel so happy.
No, me too. I feel like I'm getting my dose of Zach Braff, which sounds dirty, but it's not. I feel I'm always happy to see you. And yeah, you're right. We're all living. First of all, how are you doing during quarantine? You seem like you're usually such a peppy person. How are you?
I'm gone a little mad. I'm sure, like everyone, there's been phases where I'm like, oh, this is great. We don't have to do anything. And then I have phases where I start to go just insane.
Yeah. If you're anything like me, I alternate between seeing the silver lining of, oh, this is kind of nice. Right. And then I swing to the other side and I kill and kill again. I can't.
I've been exercising a lot because the only way I can stay mentally sane is to exercise, like cardio. Yep. So I do think this whole thing is going to ironically make me in really good shape.
So wait, what kind of exercise are you doing in your home?
I've been doing spinning on a Peloton bike because I thought, when's the next time I'm ever going to go to a gym? So I need to get one of those.
Now, so you're pretty religious about the Peloton?
I do. I do it 5 days a week just because endorphins-wise, it makes me feel something a little bit like happiness for about a half hour afterwards.
Here's my issue. I don't know if you had this issue, but when I was doing the Peloton for a bit, and it didn't matter if it was a woman or a man, but because it was COVID, I started to feel like I was having a relationship with them. I started to feel like it's time. I need my time with Brittany right now, or I need my time with Chris. And
it's funny. You get loyal to some of the teachers, and then you're like, well, I don't want to upset so and so, but I think I might try a class with this person. And then you feel a little fancy.
I feel like I need to write them a letter and say it's time I saw someone else on Peloton, which is not a good thing. You've had this movie that you made, The Comeback Trail.
Yes, sir.
And because of COVID, it got pushed to next year, as a lot of movies have.
Yeah.
This is a very big project for you because you got to work with one of your all-time heroes, I think a lot of people's all-time hero, Robert De Niro.
Yeah, Conan, this is how COVID extra effed me up, is that I had one of the biggest breaks of my life in that I got cast as a lead with Robert De Niro in a giant comedy directed and written by George Gallo, who made Midnight Run, one of my favorite.
Yep.
And I didn't even audition. They offered it to me. I was like, but wait a minute, it's a big part. Like, I'm on every page. And they were like, yeah, the De Niro and George want you for it. So I go down there. We shoot it in Albuquerque. It's literally me and De Niro in every scene. We play.
It's fantastic. We play,
movie producers who are just the worst movie producers. And then COVID hits, and now it's not coming out until next year. It'll come out, but I was so excited.
I mean, this is just a still from the movie, but this is you in bed with Robert De Niro. Yeah. And it's like, it's clear that you guys have, I mean, there's no way you didn't get intimately close with this man.
We became very close. And I'm not exaggerating that because I love him so much. And I would go in my trailer in the mirror, I would give myself pep talks. I would be like, you need to go into this scene, because I'd have scenes where I'm screaming at him, I'm like slapping him across the face. And we're like, and I would just give myself a pep talk, like, this is just a normal actor. This is not the most legendary hero that you have.
Right.
And so, because I knew that if I was intimidated, I would suck. So I had to every scene I would give myself this like mental, like, you got this.
And that worked out?
Yeah, it was great. You know, he's very shy. A lot of people don't know this about him, but you know, when he's not in character, they call cut, and he's kind of like, you know, a quiet guy. He goes back to his chair, and then they go, okay, Bob, we're ready. And he comes to set, and he's kind of quiet. And then they yell action, and he goes full amazing De Niro. But he's pretty soft spoken. But little by little, we became closer, and I made it to texting status, which was thrilling. We just texted the other day.
You text now with Robert De Niro?
Me and Bobby D are text buddies. Sometimes he calls me out of the blue because you know when you get like a no caller ID and you're like, I'm not going to answer that. Who the hell could that be?
Right.
Now I know that it potentially is Bob De Niro, so now I always answer it. Of course, 9 times out of 10 it's a cold caller, but 1 out of 10 times, Conan, it's Bob just saying hi.
Do you have a special voice? Because sometimes I pick up the phone when it says no caller ID. I take a chance, but I don't use my voice.
Yes. Yeah. The tough guy voice. It's like, yeah. What? Hello?
I do crazy over the top Italian guy. Oh, what do you want from me? And
remember the Eddie Murphy bit in I'm sorry, I have a horrible Eddie Murphy impression, but when he on SNL, when he'd go, this is how you answer the door in my neighborhood. Who is it?
Not bad. I don't think that was a terrible Eddie Murphy impression.
Well, I just always laughed at that. That's what I channel when I answer the no caller ID. Hello.
Let's talk about you have a podcast.
Yes,
with
sir.
With your old co-star and buddy Donald Faison. You guys have this podcast where you talk about Scrubs.
Yeah. Well, before COVID happened, you know, someone approached us and said the two gals from The Office had done this and it become really popular. And they said, do you guys ever want to do this? And they said, you know, you just sit around and you watch. It's not live. You watch the episode beforehand and then you sit around and joke about it.
Right.
So Donald and I said it was great. That'll be fun. Yeah, blast. Then COVID starts, and literally the day we were set to record, they locked down the city. And we said, oh, that's too bad. That would have been fun. They said, don't worry. We'll bring you the fancy microphone, which I have here.
Oh, that's the old XK11 320.
Oh, you know it is. You probably actually know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
They brought us the gear, and once a week we do it on Zoom. And we thought it would just be like, I honestly thought it would be a handful of Scrubs fans and then like our parents. But it became huge, internationally huge. And so once a week, we tell stories. We go on long-ass random tangents. We make each other laugh. We tell nostalgic, embarrassing anecdotes. And it's become huge.
That's great. That's fantastic. The only thing that's weird is that I thought it was a joke at first, but Donald says that he is broadcasting from a closet in his house.
Yes.
And then I found out that it's real. He really does broadcast from his closet.
Yes, because Donald is in COVID with 2 small children who want to know where the hell dad is.
Right.
And so his initial plan was, I have to hide from these kids. And our engineer was like, actually, your closet's not bad because of all the acoustics will be great. So, but now he like barricades himself in the closet so that the kids, of course, now after doing it this many episodes, they come in there. It's funny. We just started having it be, it just reminds me of you because I think you once told me when I was on the show, like, I like to show the seams. Like if there's a mess up, I like to show it.
Mistakes are gold. You want mistakes. You want people to see that it's real.
Right. And it's funny. It's just, I didn't even think of this when I was going to come on the show, but I thought of you telling me that years ago because we have stuff where it's like his wife comes on and she's like, honey, the exterminator's here. He has to spray the closet. And we're like, okay. So we don't edit that stuff out. The exterminator comes in. We start talking to him about being an exterminator.
Right.
Like, you know, his daughter. We just have it all come on all in the show because it's funny.
Now, I want to ask you, I know a little bit about the podcast business and merchandising.
Yes.
I was surprised the minute you start working in the podcast world, the merch people come to you and say, you need merch, you need merchandising. And I didn't think that they were serious because I thought, but apparently that's been a big thing for you guys. It's been a little bit of a journey, the merchandise.
Yes, because Conan, you learned this from, I'm sure, your show that they come to you and they go, oh, just so you know, because I wasn't super into podcasts. I mean, I know a handful of them, but I've been on a bunch. But they say, oh, this is a little bit of a anecdotal, what's the word? It's a thing podcast fans love. They love merch. They like a mug with their favorite show. They like a t-shirt. And we were like, okay, we've never made merch for anything, but sure. So we put out some bullshit t-shirt and a mug, and the fans on all our social media start making fun of us. Like, what is this horrible merch?
It wasn't good merch.
No, they did not like their merch. It was basically just our logo on a shirt or a mug. So Donald and I get very competitive. We're very competitive people. We did not like this angle. So we said, we're going all in. We are going to spend more time coming up with random ass merch for the people.
Right.
So we did that.
All right. So let me ask you something, because I have something here and I don't know what's going on. This looks to be this looks to be a hand towel. Is this a hand towel?
It's a washcloth. Okay, here's the deal with this. Donald had brought this whole theory onto the to the podcast that Conan, that's yours, by the way, to keep.
I get to keep this?
Yes.
Thank you.
Donald has this theory that African American people universally bring a washcloth in the shower, whereas Caucasians don't.
Huh.
And then we have an African American female producer, and she weighed in heavily, saying, yes, all of her African American friends also bring washcloths in the shower.
Interesting.
People from the South started weighing in, said, no, it's not just about that. It's where you grew up. People from the South bring washcloths. So this joke about washcloths in the shower became a running gag. And we said, we're making the people washcloths.
So this I can take into the shower with me.
And now you can wash your butt. You're supposed to wash your butt with it.
Wait, your butt? You're supposed to wash your butt with it?
Yeah, that's the idea, I think. What do you
mean you think? You have to know. You can't tell me to do that on a whim. I need to, first of all, that's not what I would have thought. I would not have thought. I would have thought, oh, you use it to put the hot water up against.
Well, you can.
To get a better shade.
You can use it for whatever you'd like. I think that the idea for people who are washcloth users is that they get in all the cracks and crevices and nooks and crannies with it.
If that's the case, then the order in which you do it is very important.
This was part of our debate because
you can't start with the ass and then move to the face.
Conan, this was part of our debate. I said, you folks who do this, how often are you swapping out the washcloth? Are you doing a new one every day, or does it just live in the shower for a week?
Let me check this out. Okay. This is a Christmas ornament?
Yes, sir. That is me riding Donald.
That's you riding Donald?
Yes. So on the show Scrubs, there was a whole shtick we used to do where I'd ride on his back and we'd yell eagle. And it was just a stupid thing. I improv one episode and it became a fan favorite thing. So now we have Christmas ornaments with us eagling on them.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on my Christmas tree this year.
Better. And I want you to send me a picture. I don't want you to lie. I know your wife, and I'm going to text her and say.
I thought you were going to say, I know you're a liar.
No.
I know you, Conan. I know you're a liar. This is going on my tree, and I'll put this on my tree as well after I use it.
After you use it in the shower, please, Conan.
Nice. Nothing says Christmas. Washing your ass and hanging it on the tree. Well, I'm very happy for you.
I told your producer that there's this very funny GIF that I have on the web. Years ago, I was on your show, and I was showing to your audience how I was able to be in Oz the Great and Powerful in a green screen onesie and how it worked. And I stood up, and then just being super silly, I started humping the air. And there is the funniest GIF that maybe you guys can cut in or show that I laugh at all the time, because your face and Andy's face is the funniest thing I've ever seen. You're both slowly looking away so uncomfortably. And I don't know if my package or moose knuckle or what's happening. So I'm covering it down there, and I'm just humping the air.
Yes.
I just had to share with you how special that GIF is to me.
I see that in my mind every night as I try to go to sleep. That's what puts me out. Let me make sure I get the word out. You can listen to Zach's podcast. A lot of you probably already are, but you should check it out. If you're not, Fake Doctors, Real Friends, wherever you get your podcast. Do you guys read the ads?
Yeah, we do read the ads. And
fun, right?
We turn down a bunch that we don't want to do. It's amazing the stuff they want you to read. And so we're a little picky about what we'll read.
Right. Well, the ones you turn down, I do. I I'm like, when you're looking for really good meth or seatbelts, are they really that necessary?
Right. There's a lot of that kind of stuff.
Those are the ones I love doing. Anyway, Zach,
Yes,
so
sir.
nice. So nice talking to you. And thanks for being such a good man over the years.
Thank
I
you.
salute you. I bow to you.
And hey, when that movie does come out, it's called The Comeback Trail. It should be out next year when the world is reopened and you can see me and Bobby D.
You know, it'd be nice too. Maybe by the time it comes out, things will have changed a little bit and you can come in and we'll get together in person. That'd be nice.
I would love that. I would love to see your beautiful face.
No, let's not get crazy.
Don't forget to wash your butt with my washcloth.
I have it right here, and it's not going to leave my side. All right, Zach Braff, thank you very much.
Bye, bud. Good to see you.